What's going on, Wes?
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Well, going to be some fishing going on this weekend.
That's right.
Hang on a second. I'll send Scott an invite.
All right.
All right. We're live, baby.
That's right. Yeah, we already got 3 viewers.
So
I'm showing 3.
from my experience, when it comes to striper fishing, it seems like, now I could be wrong, but it seems like the bigger fish, well, the first fish to spawn or to go upriver, and get on that spring run, up at the top of reservoirs and the river portions of these Tennessee reservoirs. When you're going up there and you're getting on that spring run fish, it seems like the big fish show up first. And not only that, it seems like the first spawn, because they spawn in waves. They come up there in waves. They're not all coming up there at the same time. And it seems like the early ones, the ones that get there first, are in the most shallow water. And then as the spawn, as the season progresses, as you get into where, depending on where you're fishing, let's say you're up there in May, as you get on into late May, June, those fish start to spawn deeper and deeper and deeper. It could be April, May, March, April, May. It could be May, June, July that they're spawning, depending on where you're fishing. But it seems like the later in the spawn, it seems like those later waves go deeper and deeper. So it seems like to me, if a person were to go to Tennessee and fish upriver for stripers to try to get on, whether it be a night bite, whether it be throwing artificials, if you're trying to throw some big old, $100 swim baits or mag drafts or whatever, it seems like if you go up there and you start out shallow and you're not hitting pay dirt, move deeper.
They've got. I seen some swim baits the other day down at Lake Hartwell Fishing and Marine.
Mm-hmm.
$199, $219. What can a $200 swim bait do that a $40 swim bait can't?
Well, it's hard to replicate the action of some of these baits. Somebody's been into McKenna. Chris Layton said, F that. F what, Chris?
The $200 swim bait.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, they work. They work.
But what I'm saying is, what does a $200 swim bait do that a $40 swim bait won't?
Make you cry when you throw it in a tree?
I'd cry if I throw the $40 one in a tree. I mean, ain't that going a little over the top?
If you spend that much on them, it's an investment. It's a tool. I mean, you're spending $1,000 on rod and reels. You want the best of the best. What's going to give you the best chance of success? And if you do invest that much in a swim bait, you're going to definitely be taking care of it.
But
you're not going to be tying it on no 15-pound
braid. You're not answering the question. What can a $200 swim bait do that a $40 one don't? I mean, it's
in the fly fishing world, like if you're throwing let's say you're throwing streamers or dry flies, even, like, it depends on like how you cut certain things have to be cut like at a 45-degree angle, and like jig makers will actually make a jig so they can get the exact same cut every time, because it does make a difference in how the bait, the wake, the type of wake the bait makes. Like, there's all kind of little subtleties involved. It just depends on how comprehensive do you want to get into fishing? I mean, some guys don't give a shit and they just throw anything, and some guys, whether it makes whether it increases your chances or not, they think it does. And you know as well as I do, fishing, it's all placebo.
Yeah. Well, I'm showing 8 viewers. But anyway, me and Junior is going to go to Tennessee this weekend. And I think I want to try Hiwassee. I don't know. I got to check the flow schedule. Scott, what lake feeds Hiwassee? Does that come out of Norris?
Where's Hiwassee at?
Knoxville. Either there or Boone. We might go to Boone.
I heard Boone's on fire, man.
Yeah, I did too. Blazing.
Yep. JR got his hat. His brewer. Hey, JR, are you a Brewers fan? Name a brewer. Name the pitcher of name the Brewers' best pitcher.
They're in the AL East.
No, name their best. What's their best?
I don't know. I like all Major League Baseball.
You fucking
I like all Major League Baseball.
Oh shit!
I watched baseball. Yankees got beat. The Orioles beat the shit out of the Yankees today, and the Yankees were favored. Beat them.
Well, are you a Brewers fan, or are you just like the colors?
I like them. The thing about baseball, I'm a Cubs fan. But the thing about baseball is, it's in my opinion, it's not like football. Like football, I'm a Niners fan. I'm not going to wear any other team. Period. I'm wearing Niners. That's it. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know if it's like that all over the country or all over the world or what. But
so you like Chicago and you like California.
I'm a Niners fan. I like a lot of Major League Baseball teams. I like the Giants. I like obviously I like the Brewers. I like the Cubs. I like the Braves. I used to go watch the Braves and the Cubs play all the time. I like the Mets. If
you're getting a hat for style, you need the Expos, man.
Montreal Expos.
That's the best hat in baseball. No, that's terrible. That reminds me of Darryl Strawberry. That reminds me of Darryl Strawberry and smoking crack when I see a New York Mets hat.
The thing about baseball, in my opinion, is you can have every team. You can have every team's hat.
I won't interrupt y'all. Hey, Bo, if you're on here, I'm coming up tomorrow. I'll be staying 2 nights. JR, I'll be staying Friday night and Saturday night, and JR will just be staying. Yeah, JR, you'll be staying Friday. No, yeah, Friday night and Saturday night.
I'm doing a turn and burn.
You're going back home Saturday when we get done fishing?
I don't know, but maybe not. I'll probably.
So JR did that thing where Wes like, "Can't you come fishing with me, bud?" And he said, "Well, I don't know," and then he got trapped right into it.
No, I mean, I love fishing. I love Wes. I love fish. I love striper, freshwater striper fishing. Is out of all the fishing I've done, freshwater striper fishing is that's my thing. That's what I love the most.
What? That's what we've been trying to tell you for 45 years, and you argue that it's trophy catfish.
Well,
a trophy catfish don't make your little tingly get hard when it comes up to the side of the boat like a trophy striper.
Listen, I spent over a decade chasing those freshwater striped fish, and I could never do better than 19 pounds. And then I meet you guys, and all you guys has got 40s and 50s. I mean,
well, that's because
I had to have something. I'm a trophy.
JR, you got a 50 now.
Yeah, thanks to you.
It didn't. Hey, you know what it has. You know what the difference between a striper fisherman and a trophy striper fisherman is? Worried about getting skunked.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't do it on my own. I never caught a best I could ever do on my own was 19 pounds.
Throw bait out there like that, you would have beat a 19-pounder. But you might have got skunked 14 times before you got him.
You know, I didn't know anybody. You know, all you guys from South Carolina, y'all had a network of people. I had nobody.
There ain't a lot of trophy striper fishermen in South Carolina.
Hey, Scott Perry,
you know most of them.
Scott Perry told me that one of the most important things I ever learned about fishing and social media. You remember what it was, Scott?
Don't ever tell the weights.
Thank you. Never post weight. If you notice now, if I catch a fish, especially a striped bass, I never put the weight on it, because if you put it can be an argument fish and somebody put 20 and put 25 pounds. Nah, that fish probably go 22, 23. I don't care what weight you put. If you look at it on a certified scale, somebody's going to question it. So,
Wes, I told you the weights, but them fish I could have passed for 10 pounds heavier, right?
Yeah.
Right. See, I mean, you can call them what you want. Everybody knows what they caught.
Yeah, that's it. You got to live with what you say. So
I just say nothing and let people guess.
that's right.
Like I seen JR's fish up in the river. It was a nice 9-pounder.
Which one? Oh, the one I posted recently in the river. Yeah,
9.5.
Yeah, if that. Yeah.
I mean, I can guess them, but like people hold them up.
I don't know if I must have done a good job of holding it because I feel like you were trying to make fun of me there. But
No,
the reality is that fish was probably less than that.
No, it's 9. It's a good 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it when people will hold out. They'll long arm them. This fish is 47 pounds, and they're just holding it up, smiling like it ain't shit. I don't give a damn. It's big as Scott Perry, and Scott Perry's not going to long arm no fucking 50-pound fish.
I feel like I'm an expert fish holder.
Yeah, exactly.
So, are you an expert at guessing weights, JR?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good
All
at
right,
it.
so
But I'm better at holding fish, making them look big than I am.
Heather had 2 fish. What did they weigh? Did you see the picture?
Man, I'm
pull them up.
Yeah,
Let's pull them up.
All right.
I would say I'll guess, but I already know, so I wouldn't be guessing.
It's on your page, right, Scott?
Yeah, you might have to go down a little bit.
All right. Let's see. There's showing somebody running on the beach. It looks like Crab Island. There's okay, right here. Those right there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right, let's look and see here.
I think the first one's the biggest. There's 2 pictures.
So that one's the biggest?
No.
Yeah. I think
I thought the one she was holding like this was the biggest.
Well, it's the same. I got 2 pictures of each fish.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Up and down and sideways.
Okay, the second fish is a 18 to 22 pound fish.
Which one? Show me the picture and then tell me.
That one.
No, that one's like 16 pounds.
Okay, I said 18. I was 2 pounds off. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, there's one there. It's probably 12 pounds.
That's the same fish.
That's the one you hold.
The same fish.
Oh. Same fish. You're just she's a better holder than you.
Yeah.
Okay, the first one, the big one that she's holding, that fish would go, I'm going to say.
Show me the picture when you tell me, because there's a couple of them. All right, that's not the biggest. Go ahead.
All right. That is the biggest.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say that fish it's got a 30-pound head, but that fish is only low 20s.
22.
22.
Yeah, that's pretty good. The other one was 19.
I'm good.
You remember the old saying was,
but if I would have helped them fish, it would have looked like a 15 and a 16.
Absolutely.
It don't matter what you catch in South Carolina. It's a Tennessee 50, ain't it, Scott?
Hey, we lost the damn, and I'm the only one that lost the fish that day because she was slow on the rod, and we had a stud on. He got in the trees though. The same tree JR's got in, I think.
Up in Tennessee?
No, that's Russell.
Oh, and Russell, yeah, those.
Oh, you was cut baiting in our spot.
Yeah. But we got the little one and the 19-pounder in that spot, and then we got the other one pulling bait in the morning.
Oh, you was right in front of that shoal.
Yeah.
Yep. Damn, we've caught fish every time we've ever fished there, hadn't we?
I've never went there and not got a bite. As long as it's not the weekend. The weekend you sit there all day and just watch yourself twiddle thumbs. But
well, hopefully where Wes and I are going, I'm hoping that everything. What scares me is Friday. When Wes is going to be fishing Friday without me, I'm only fishing one day, and which I'm actually glad that it's the day that it is, because it's the day after that full moon. Wes is going to be fishing on the day of a full moon.
Oh, really?
Yes. Friday's the day of a full moon, and then Saturday's the day after, which I feel is when you're talking about a full moon, the days before and after are definitely better than the day of.
But I feel like if Wes fishes in the dark, that he could have a really good day.
Well, the thing is I think we're going to have to, if there's bait up there, hopefully there's not too much bait. Hopefully there's not too little bait. Hopefully there's the right amount of bait That way, those fish aren't gorging, because if there's too much bait, those fish are going to be gorging. And then whenever it's like that, you got to just sit out, and you just got to sit them out and wait, and hopefully find that Peter Malik window.
No, I don't think so. I think
you put your light out about 7 o'clock, about 2 hours before the moon comes, gets bright. Try to get the bait to your boat before the moon gets too bright.
I feel like the moon affects deep water reservoir fish a lot more than they do tail race fish.
Yeah.
Because what the full moon does, I mean, it's pressure too, but it also concentrates your bait, right? And then you're on a reservoir, your bait's going to be scattered.
Well, yeah, the full moon's going to scatter the bait.
Yes. So, I mean, I know where you got the fish.
There aren't any plankton up in the river.
Right. So I don't think it will affect you that much. I think you'll be good.
You are correct. I mean, because the whole full moon and the whole lunar phase and all that stuff, all of that is directly related to plankton.
And I feel like the lower you go in the lake and the deeper you are in the lake and the bigger body of water you're on the lake, the more it affects you than it does. Exactly. And hopefully there's some fish up in the shallower, more current driven reaches of. I feel like you're gonna be prime time. I feel like it's gonna be a good trip.
Well, let's. Why don't you do a little turn and burn with us? Shoot up there with me, or right up there with Wes.
I mean, I would love to. But I got to work Saturday morning early.
No, because you signed up.
No, it's my schedule. I work every other weekend. Wes always invites me on the weekend I work.
I got you. Well, you can always shoot up there Saturday when you get off work.
I could.
Just saying. I mean, we could make it happen.
Hey, Scott, are you off Sunday?
I'm not off till next Saturday.
Oh.
Tell him, Wes. Tell him to shoot up there when he gets off work Saturday.
But he's got to turn around. He's got to work Sunday, though.
No, he don't.
Yeah.
What? You got to work Sunday? Oh.
I mean, dude, I would love to go up there. I ain't lying.
So what are you going to do, Wes? You're going to cut bait? Well, I should say, are we going to cut bait? Because I'm going to be with you.
Yeah. Well, I tell you,
I cut bait the whole time.
I got I like to go up. I mean, if we go to Boone, I'm gonna go down to the dam, and I'd like to pull some boards at least till about 9 or 10 o'clock. Since that sun gets, because it's gonna be hot. That sun's gonna be high. Since that sun comes out, which I've been doing it for years. When the sun gets high, I put them on the bottom. I don't give a damn. I've seen people pull boards all day. I don't do it. When that sun comes up, I go to the bottom. I think the fish go down to the bottom. The light hurts, especially in shallower water. Mm-hmm. That sun gets so bright, hurts their eyes.
As soon as I see the first jet ski and wakeboard boat, I'm throwing anchors.
That's
right. I would like to see guys drag for striper. Kind of like
I've tried that before, and I've never had a bite.
Nobody's done it.
JR, have you ever caught a striper dragging bait?
No, but you got to think this is a relatively new phenomenon. The whole with this new, because it is not like it used to be. You drag pencil weights. That's really when dragging really got popular, probably 20 plus years ago, is with the pencil weights, the lead pencil weights. And
no, JR, dragon was popular over 30 years ago when I first.
No, what I'm saying is, like, when it got streamlined, when it got to where it was really working better than ever, is when they come out with the pencil weights.
Well, this is what I feel like. I feel like your trophy catfish setting holes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like catfish. Stripers, I think, do the same thing.
I don't think so.
They do. Listen, Scott. Around here, they 100% relate to holes and when in a current driven rate. Absolutely. On Lake Roadhouse right now, if you want to catch striper, you go pitch them holes. There's article after article and fisherman after fisherman after fisherman that'll tell you.
Time out. So you've seen largemouth in the bait tank, right? Like in a live well.
Right. Yeah.
They're sitting there working their gills, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Stripers move. They have to move. If they either have to move or they have to be in current.
Well, the thing is, though,
they either have to move or they have to be in current. So
no, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
I'll tell you why. I know why you're saying that. It's true, and it's also not. It's a catch-22. Let me explain. If you're in current and there's a hole, that hole, you're out of the current. You're down underneath the current. So there's still plenty of dissolved oxygen rushing.
The water has to move across their gills, JR. Whether they're in a striper cannot suspend if there's no current.
There still will be water rake going across their gill rakes, even though they're in the hole when they're in current. There's just not as much current.
If they're in current.
There's just not as much current. That's the whole thing about pitching.
It's got to be a good bit of current for a striper to sit.
I don't think you guys have done enough of.
No, I know plenty about it. Listen, if you take a shark and you put a shark in a pool with no current, it'll die if it can't move. It's got to have water running through its gills. Same way with the striper. So, like when you're pulling bait and these big trophy catfish are sitting in these holes waiting for bait to come by. Stripers don't do that unless they're in.
They 100% do.
If they're in strong current, they do.
Yes,
strong current.
Yeah, if they're in current,
so you would have to do that.
It's called a current break. A current break doesn't mean there's no current. It just means there's less current. That's why if you go up the Caney Fork, that's why Drew Rankin uses side scan.
That's current. Fish. That's current.
Those stripers are sitting still in a current break. I mean, there's just a lot less current.
But I don't fish current much.
You do fish current.
No, I don't. I do not fish current. When current starts, I move. Ask Wes. Wes, when the current goes, what do? I move. I leave. I go downstream
because you don't like using weight. You like.
I don't like current. No, I've tried it 100 times. It don't work. You got to move downriver. But stripers, like if you're catfishing cut bait, you're marking fish and you casting the fish. When we're striper fishing, we don't care if we mark fish. We want to.
That's not true for me. I don't have to mark fish. I go for where I think they should be.
Your trophy blue cats aren't roaming like stripers roam. So it's like McDonald's. You want to put it on the best corner.
They're not roaming as much as schoolies.
They're roaming. I'm telling you.
They're lazy, bro.
They're roaming, bro. I mean, I'm telling you. How many trophy stripers have you caught catfishing?
The places I catfish don't have striper.
How many trophy catfish have I caught striper fishing?
Well, it's the geography. It's where you're fit. There aren't any trophy catfish up there more than likely.
No, I mean I fucking tournament fish for 10 years. I've caught maybe one decent catfish. It's totally different. That's why I see these catfishermen don't catch trophy stripers and the trophy striper fishermen don't catch trophy catfish.
Catfish Dave does.
Fuck, he's in Tennessee. Jesus Christ. Yeah. We're talking about reservoir fishing.
In the Southeast. And in the shitty part of the Southeast, not the Tennessee, not East Tennessee, Southeast. I
mean, they're not in the same waters, and they don't I don't think if dragging dead bait, you might catch a striper, like if he's roaming the right area, but I don't think that's a great technique, personally. I think stripers depend more on scent.
I think it just depends on what time of year it is.
I mean, damn, I cut bait for fucking 12 years. I caught one flathead 35 pounds, one blue cat 20 pounds the whole time. Caught multiple 20-pound stripers.
We should dive into that one day. That should be the topic of a show as to why that was.
Peter,
why are you on here commenting, Pete? You're not allowed to comment. If you can't come on, you can't comment.
I feel like the trophy stripers and trophy catfish are never in the same depth of water. Like if I catch catfish, if I'm catching catfish, I'm in the summertime.
Listen,
I know I'm too shallow. If I catch,
listen. When you're striper fishing in June and July, May, especially May and June, the trophy catfish are on spawn. You're not going to catch a reproductively mature trophy catfish in freaking June.
Well, what I'm saying is, I've never caught many catfish. Like if I do catch catfish, I move my depth either deeper or shallower because they do not.
You don't think you don't think they run together? I think it's more of a case of you're after a trophy striper, the bigger striper.
Not when I'm tournament fishing.
They're not schooling with anything anyway. No, so if you're catching other fish, chances are you probably should.
When I was tournament fishing, I was looking for 10 to 12 pounders. I mean, 3 12-pounders, I'd win a tournament. So I was not trophy
finding that happy medium. Yeah.
And the catfish were usually shallower in the warmer months, and they were usually deeper in the cooler months than the stripers. Because that's a common question I get is how many catfish you catch. But I don't. If I catch catfish, I'm in the wrong spot.
Mm-hmm.
Unless channel, I'll catch little channels sometimes. Like if I go shallow in the summer, but
they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Summer's bummer. Wait till fall and catch them all. I like that.
So the catfish are on the spawn from now till when?
The catfish they usually the thing is catfish that are 15 pounds and bigger are more than likely reproductively mature. Those are your spawning fish.
Mm-hmm.
Now the ones that are like 15 pounds and below aren't. So you can catch them during the spawn. Like so right now you can go and chances are you're going to catch some some teenage fish, but they're going to be the ones that aren't. They're just not sexually mature yet. So but the ones that are sexually mature are on spawn, and they go on spawn, like I was talking about earlier, they don't all go at the same time. They go in waves, but the rule that I go by is about the second week of May all the way to the first week of July.
So they go off feed or they change location?
About that first week of July is when the males will come off first, and that's when you get on that what they call that post spawn bite. Is when they come off spawn, they are hungry.
So tell me, do the females move up first and feed heavy before May, and then the males come in later?
Yeah, the males stay with the eggs. They wave the eggs and they keep the eggs aerated. They keep them clean. They sit there and they protect them.
So when I used to tournament fish, the females would move in shallows way earlier than everybody thought. Like the females would move in like February, and there would be no bait. They would move into the shallows and they would feed, and you could catch them really shallow. And then the males would move in late. And then there was a time in May where you couldn't catch shit for about 2 weeks, like right during the prime spawn. And then, so the catfish seem to be about a month behind the stripers.
Yes. And yep.
So in March, you can catch the big females feeding up right before spawn.
Yeah, pre-spawn.
Yeah.
You know what got me about striper fishing, and I kind of learned this the hard way. But when I first started striper fishing, and back then I remember when they used to have the Striper Kings had the striper board. You could get on there and look at notes and stuff. I remember becoming a member of it. This one I actually had a desktop computer, and that son of a bitch looked like some shit they had in middle school.
So was that in 16 and 17 when I was champion both years back to back?
Yeah, actually it was. I remember seeing your name on there. But anyway, so we get on the striper board. But the first thing that I found out about striper fishing, I'd always heard the nastier the better. Colder if it's raining, cold weather, snowing. So the first 2 years I fished, I wouldn't give a fuck. I used to pray for snow. I'd go out there on the coldest morning.
I think the reason that is like you were.
Hold on, time out.
Go ahead.
The biggest fish I ever caught in my life in the wintertime was in Tennessee, was 33 pounds. And after that second winter in Tennessee, I said, fuck that. That's why I quit going to Tennessee. Everybody talks about Tennessee's an easy button. Take your ass up there in January and February and show me a 40 or a 50 pound fish.
Well, I think if you live there, it's the easy button.
I agree. It's very hard fishing.
We lost you, Scott.
If you live there, I'm gonna log back in, Scott. I think if you live there, so you can you fish it a lot, it's the easy button. But if you just go up there a few times a year for a couple of days at a time, it's not the easy button because you don't know what's going on. Any guide that's worth his weight in salt is on the water as much as he possibly can be, because if he's not, he's doing his clients a disservice.
Yeah.
So if you live in Tennessee and you live, relatively close to the Tennessee River or the Clinch River or whatever reservoir in East Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, then if you're a fisherman and you're a diehard fisherman and you're fishing at least once a week, then it is the easy button, in my opinion.
I've never seen no really big, which unless they were kept secrets, I'd never seen nobody. Todd Asher took a Chinese guy fishing one time for 10 days, and this guy wanted to catch a 50-pound fish on artificial. And I think they fished 5 or 6 days in one of the brutalest winters of Tennessee, and that guy finally got one 47, 48 pounds, whatever it was. That's the only big fish I've ever heard being caught in Tennessee in the wintertime. There could be a lot more, but that's the only one I ever heard of.
There is. Carolina Sportsman's got many articles on Tennessee giant stripers being caught. Back before they stopped the warm water discharge at Bull Run, there was a lot of big fish caught back then.
Oh, okay.
The whole rainy weather, snowing, bad weather. I think that what you were talking about earlier, how stripers are so sensitive to light. I think that's why everybody says that is, well, one of the reasons is because of that. Other barometer drop, your barometer moving, but anytime you can get overcast, if it's snowing, if it's raining, it's going to be overcast, and those stripers they're gonna stay up. They're not going to go down because they're so light sensitive. I think that's one of the reasons why.
Well, JR, I was supposed to have all 13-inch trout, but some guy came and picked the trout up. They gave him more than what they're supposed to. But anyway, I only got about 15 or 18 13-inch trout, and the rest of them.
Well, you know what? Maybe we can get out there and hit some pockets and throw the net. Maybe we can get some more bait.
Oh, no. You don't get no 13-inch bait up here right now.
Well, no, but maybe we can catch some gizzard shad or something.
Oh no, I'm gonna pull trout up there. I ain't never pulled a gizzard in Tennessee in my life.
Well, I mean, if we have time, and maybe we can throw the net a little bit. I'm pretty confident that I could catch some bait, no matter where I'm at. I can find, especially this time of year, I can usually find. Some bait.
I just spent 3 hours, $150 on bait, $40 on ice. 3 hours riding. I ain't going up there to throw no damn net. I'm going up there to fish.
Okay. Well, we don't want to run out of bait.
Oh, JR, I got 40, 45 trout in that damn tank.
Hey, that means even them 8-inch trout, you just whack the tail off, punch a bunch of holes in them.
Let them go.
Hey, Wes, them smaller trout, them's the ones you lock it down. No clicker. Yeah. Let them eat it.
No clicker? You mean what? Yeah.
Well,
you might as well have the clicker on.
Well, on big bait.
Put it in gear.
Yeah, if you got a bait that a striper can come up and swallow, then I leave it in gear. If it's a bait that's that big,
don't free spool it, right?
Yeah, if they got to grab it, flip it, swallow it, then let them run with it. Yeah.
Right. I got you. Yeah, because they're gonna eat it head first, right?
Yeah, if it's a 8-inch trout, they're gonna come up and.
Yep. So you can you can have it engaged, but if it's a big trout, then have it in free spool.
That's what I did the other day. Like everything was engaged, and
I actually heard.
I like that. I like that. If it's,
I heard Todd Asher say one time, same thing. He said, "When I fish little bait, you leave it in gear."
So where's the cutoff? 8 inches.
I mean,
10 inches.
If a 20-inch striper can swallow that bitch and turn, then I'll leave it in gear. Right. If he's got to grab it halfway in the body, flip it around, swallow it, then I let it run a little bit.
Free spool, yeah. Okay.
But every fish I caught was right in the jaw. So, and a lot of times free spool, you'll gut hook them.
You use circle hooks?
Yeah. They'll
Yeah,
go.
he's a beginner. You know, circle hooks are for beginners.
That's all I use
Not
is
for
circle
beginners.
hooks. And a circle hook will gut fish a striper in a minute.
I will take a bent eye offset circle hook over anything.
Yep.
I like a Gamakatsu octopus straight hook.
What a
I
well
haven't. The last
because
time
you're
I
a
used-
carp fisherman, Wes. You like a stiff graphite rod where you can set the hook like a madman. I
You
like to
damn
let
right.
let that
Hey,
fish
JR,
eat, let that rod do the
Let me
work.
ask you a question. That's why I've caught numerous 50-pound fish.
the last time
Well,
I used
It's all about location, Wes. Now, just because I haven't caught any big fish as far as striper fishing, don't think I don't have the knowledge. I have the fucking knowledge, buddy.
But I'm saying that's why I catch big fish.
Yeah, I just haven't.
I
I
know
don't.
what
Have,
the
I, di-
fish
I
is.
didn't know. I didn't have anybody telling me the honey holes.
Nobody's told me the honey hole. Nobody knew that.
It's been a couple people
Hey,
tell you the honey
hey,
hole.
Nobody knew.
Todd
had a
Asher
damn clue.
told you a couple
No,
honey holes.
Todd Asher didn't have a clue about that damn
So
stuff.
what you do?
Todd
Just
had
go
never
guess.
fished that
You just went to Middle Tennessee and
Todd
guessed.
had
where the
never. No, you know who told me about that honey hole? James
Who?
Long's wife.
fish- Oh, really?
Todd Asher didn't have a damn thing to do with that.
Oh, okay.
Todd Asher.
So,
didn't-
anyways, you aggressive motherfucker. Most cut baiters do not use circle hooks, JR.
Thank you.
90% of cut baiters do not use circle hooks. Most
Probably
of-
because the rod's already loaded up because they're fishing current.
well,
That's why
I
they're not used to
don't. I think circle hooks got a bad rap, but
I don't see why.
I
If you know
do.
how to use them.
I do. I use them.
If you know how to use them, I don't see how they can get a bad rap.
I think if you have too much slack in your line where the fish can really get running hard,
Mm-hmm.
I could see where it's almost like setting the hook and you might miss a fish.
Right.
But I haven't had.
You shouldn't get that much slack.
The biggest, I like a little slack in my line when I'm cut baiting. But the biggest thing I see with you will gut hook fish with the circle hook in a heartbeat if they have too much time to swallow the bait.
Mhm.
But I can get it out pretty easy with a de-hooker without hurting them.
Mhm.
I'll tell you, if he's big enough, I'll put my hands all the way down in their stomach and get a hook out.
Well, the circle hooks have been around long enough where there's a pretty huge sample size, and I want to say it's up in the 90-something percentile on hook ratio. With them hooking in the side of the jaw. So I mean, yeah, you might gut hook one, but it's going to be very few and far between.
Not if you let them run. But do you know the de-hookers that has the trigger? They're long and they got like a hook on the end and the trigger where you put the loop over the hook and you squeeze the trigger, pull
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I can take a hook out of a gutted fish with zero blood with that thing. A circle hook.
Circle hook.
Yeah. Because you can push it in, and if you hold it tight, you push it in, it'll pull right out. It won't re-grab where
Spivey, his hands are like one of those. He can take his hands and he can go down it.
So he's got like the little Burger King.
He does.
guy
He'll tell you.
that's
He'll say, here, man, hold the line taut. He wants you to hold the line taut. So you grab the line and you just hold it, just taut. And he takes his hand and he goes down in the fish's mouth and he can get down in there onto the hook and like push on it. And like I can't even get a finger. He's getting his whole hand down in there. It's crazy. The dude is extremely talented.
But them little hybrid, he's got some baby hands.
He can do it, man.
You know what they say about a man with small hands, don't you?
Yeah, he wears small gloves.
He's got a fast tongue. Oh, fast tongue Spivey. He can make that thing dance like that.
Like a damn singer sewing machine.
Hey, JR, you want me to? I'm gonna bring. You know, you're talking about bringing something to sleep. I'm gonna bring one of my bean bags. Or you want me to bring both of them?
Yeah.
Hey,
might as well.
Wesley Rose.
Scott Perry.
How many of them did you sell all your offshore rods?
Every one of them. Well, I kept 2 Talica 10s, 2 Speedmaster 10s, 4 Therese rods. I kept my Siegler rod, and I kept a Daiwa Saltiga.
All right, because I'm gonna borrow some in October.
You're welcome to them.
Are they 2-speed?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All of it's 2-speed.
I'm about to let Alan borrow a couple of mine for Goliath grouper.
Scott, I told you, hey, you
Goliath grouper.
Mm-hmm.
Goliath grouper is easier than damn blue cat. Jesus Christ!
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that these guys that are using these 80 wide with these broomstick rods, these big muscle guys,
they set
these fish are breaking rods.
Bait off a fucking bridge pillar and drop it down and hook a fish.
That's right. A 300-pound fish.
Zero to it. Zero.
You are insane.
Zero.
What you're saying right now is the dumbest thing I've ever heard anybody.
Dude, a Goliath grouper is like catching a fucking. It's like me going out in the backyard and catching a squirrel with a piece of corn. It's fucking nothing.
Never caught one.
It's garbage.
Why is it the people that's never caught something are the biggest shit talkers about it?
Because there's nothing to it. There's no skill.
Oh my God, like, dude! If you were to hook one, you would cut it off because you can't handle it.
Well, that ain't what I'm saying.
To handle it, you got to have the equipment to handle one of them.
I'm not saying they're not a hard fight. I'm saying to hook one, I could pick a stripper up with a crack rock easier. I mean, it's like here's a little rock and here's a little crack horse. I'm not saying to fight. I mean,
you're gonna need some serious gear.
I mean, a crack horse is a hard fight, but it's easy to get into that fight. That's what I'm saying. It's an easy fight to get into.
Damn. I love y'all.
Oh, boy.
JR, I bet Scott, well, it's still a long way off, but go talk to Gary, and if they want to, you can take my golf cart down there on my trailer when y'all go to Destin. That way you won't have to worry about driving nowhere in that fucked up traffic.
Well, we'll have to look. That bougie ass place don't let us have no trailers. That's the only problem.
Oh,
where
I gotta store my trailer for about $200 a week down there.
Yeah,
really?
Lacey was wanting me to go, but like the cheapest place down there is like $1,600 for like a week.
Oh, that's cheap as fuck.
Yeah, and then 2,500 is more like it.
I'm staying on the water. It's about 3,500. But it's the best. It's worth
now,
it.
This friend of mine at work, he's got a friend that's a veteran that gets them for him. You got to be a veteran to rent them. And they said it's only like $1,000 a week. It's like a cabin.
Well, my thing is
right there at the bridge.
My deal is I want my boat in the water.
Yeah, this place has a dock for your boat. It has a place for you to, yeah.
I'm not a veteran.
Well, I mean, if you know a veteran, that's all you have to do.
I get Jerry Rankin to get it for me.
There you go. Bingo.
Yeah. He'll call him up and say, I'll fucking cut your fucking gut.
I'm just not going. It's a party time to go. It's what, you guys are going down to Crab Island. It's for, partying.
Oh, it's some awesome fishing offshore if the weather. Like, the reason I ain't posting no pictures is because the weather's fucked me every year. Like, if you can get 20 miles offshore, you'll catch fucking dolphin, king.
So when are you going?
October. I always go in October.
Well, Al and them are going June 29th to July 6th. And they're taking their boat. They're going to try to go out there about 20 miles and get on some of that dolphin and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually when we're going. We're going to be camping that whole week.
Where are you going camping at? Hartwell?
Yeah.
He's going to get on some hybrids.
Well, now that you have a camping spot at Hartwell, it's about time to start doing a little catfishing there, buddy. Some night trophy catfishing on Hartwell.
I'll take you down there if you want to go. Joey,
I'm all for that.
I'll go with you.
Yeah, I might come on down there. We'll go out there one night and do some daggum trophy catfishing.
Joey, that's something we've never done together, catfish, except for Virginia, that trip me, you, and Scott and James took.
And that was so much fun. You guys say it wasn't, but man, I
had a blast.
So much fun. I want to go back and do that.
Look, Jay, that big fish, Scott was fighting that fish, and I'm scrambling for a net, and you were trying to video, and James Long's in there, hired and Cooter fucking Brown, looking at his phone, and you look back at him, you said, "Get up and help him."
Help him.
But he jumped up.
What was he thinking?
I'd fish with you three anytime. I had fun.
Yeah,
that's not my cup of tea, but I do it.
Boy, it was hot as hell that day too. You remember? We didn't even go out there.
You know, we only caught what 4 or 5 fish. You know, they were decent fish, but I'd like to go and actually take it a little more seriously, especially now that we know where to catch bait. You know, we can go out there and like actually invest a little more time on the water than we did that last time, and hopefully catch a 80, 90, 100 pound. You know, I'd like to see you rip the jaw off of a 90 pounder, Scott.
If we could all do steroids and do dramatic videos before we launch the boat, and then, you know, we could do like.
I told Scott, I said, hold on. I said, Scott, just give me a minute. I got the net. Scott said he's already at the boat. I said, damn.
I mean, remember that little short guy you loved, and now he's fucking off the deep end. What's his name? That motherfucker.
What? Who?
I think.
Oh my God! No, don't say his. No, don't do that. We're not.
We're nice. I've never seen nobody act like that wasn't getting divorced. That motherfucker getting divorced. What's his name?
I'm not. No, we're not doing that.
Come on, what's his name? He's watching.
We're not trash talking anybody on this.
I'm not trash talking him, but he's sensitive.
Mm-mm. He's good. He's good. He's good. Been good to me.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
He sent me
great shot.
That son of a bitch is out there, Wes. I thought Wes was out there.
He sent me some rods to make a video, and I still haven't made a video.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I'm going to though.
This is me catching a blue cat, Virginia.
I mean, he makes some really good videos.
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, if I was a woman, I would love it probably, but
no, not those videos. I mean, like his fishing content, like his the drone shots and
I'm getting off social media for 4 hours. Peace out.
There was some attention seeking there for sure.
Oh, that's terrible. He's got to be.
Listen, he's a man. Listen, you've been married for 20 years, okay, Wes? I've been married for 20 years. This guy, most men aren't. They're going through things. You know, they don't know how to handle. We're able to be in our masculine all the time but if we weren't in our situation, I mean, there's women can tear a man apart. They can
hey, put JR, look at your phone.
They can put a man in his feminine in a heartbeat.
I wish I could remember that motherfucker's name. Why is it always the 5'4" guys that are bodybuilders that want to get online?
Oh God, what's his name? Oh shoot, I'm drawing a blank, Wes.
I know it. I just can't think of it.
Let me plug this phone up. It's at 1%. Hang on.
I'll let it die. What time are you leaving in the morning, Wes?
I'm gonna leave here about 2 o'clock.
Oh boy. Back at the grind.
Well, look, I want to be on the water at daylight with boards out.
When you hooking up with Todd?
Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be honest, I'm gonna fish. I'm gonna tell which everybody, if you know, when I say where I'm gonna fish tomorrow is gonna be 61. So if you know what that means, it ain't no secret anyway. So I ain't blowing up nothing, but you know.
Well, if Drew's behind you, blow up a bunch of balloons and just let them float down the river. That's what he did to me when I was up there.
Oh, did I tell you what happened with me, him, and Chris Brown? I took some bait up there one time, and he kept rushing me. And I said, listen, I got to use I'm going to stop and use the bathroom. He said, I'm waiting at the boat ramp. I need this bait. So I went on down to the boat ramp. He said, come get on the boat with us for a little while. So I got on the boat with him. What's up, Thomas? And about 20 minutes later, listen, dude, I had to shit. I told him, I said, man, I hope you got some toilet paper. I got to go. So we're going up 61. We just got around Eagle Bend. And I got my ass hung over the boat and I'm shitting. And Drew hollered out about 5 seconds later. He said, get it. And I stood up real quick. I hadn't even wiped my ass yet. And I said, what is it? He said, Chris, get that rod. Chris, what is it? He said, it's a fucking turd about to hit the planer board. Toilet paper's all over his planer board. That shit was funny.
So we went up there and fished that tournament, the Chain Gang tournament, me and Patrick, and we put in it the secret bridge. And Drew was down there, and he got mad and he'll start cussing. And then he pulled in front of us and he started blowing up balloons and just letting them go. So like the whole way down the river, we just seen these balloons floating everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we should take some balloons, Wes. You want to do a little balloon fishing?
I love balloon fishing.
I got some floats. I can stop and get some balloons at Big Fish in the morning.
There's some balloons and some dollar store the bracelets. You crack them, the glow bracelets.
But to me, a balloon is way better than a float.
Put them inside the balloon.
The movement it gets, I feel like the balloon's way better than a float.
Absolutely, I do too. Hope maybe Drew Drew come. I want a little chain gainish on this trip.
Drew's gonna be up there this weekend.
Maybe he can like come hang out with us for a little bit.
Well, I heard you had to stab your guts out and float it down the river, so sure he'll meet us.
Yeah, that's his way of saying it. Why am I so blurry?
Yeah, you're out of focus. You got that bougie camera.
Maybe no, this is a cheap. I need to invest in this show a little more. I got the cheapest of the cheap, man. But no, Drew, that's Drew's love language. That means he wants to give me a bro hug.
So let's talk about the Striper trip. What kind of reels are you using, Wes?
6500.
Hell no.
Well, I'm bringing one.
I got two Speedmaster 10s, two Talica 10s.
Oh my God, we're not grouper fishing.
What?
It's just a 10, JR. It's not a. You'll see.
That's
what kind of? Are you using a weightless, or are you gonna put weight on them? What kind of?
I haven't never fished with weight in Tennessee.
What leader?
Huh?
What kind of leader are you using?
60 pound. Not
what
my
kind of,
Mondo.
What hook?
10 Yamagatsu Octopus.
What are we looking at there? That is the 33 class.
This is a Shimano Cardiff. Now that would be fun.
Yeah, that's garbage.
Garbage?
Yeah, they're garbage.
You crazy?
It's trash. Throw that shit over your shoulder. That's Walmart shit right there, bro.
Damn.
You gave all your good shit away to Drew. Maybe he can bring it back up to the river for you.
I did give Drew some shit.
He sold that shit on eBay.
Probably.
Damn.
Probably threw it away.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Wes, you better get you some sleep, bud. You got to take off.
Hey, JR, that's the reels we'll be using.
Oh, yeah, they're awesome reels. I think they're a little overkill.
No, that's a small reel. That reel you just held up's big as that damn Speedmaster 10.
It's not. No, this is tiny. I mean, yeah, the Speedmaster 10 is small. It's a small reel, Wes, but it's got a tank. It's a lever drag CNC machine tank.
You know that Siegler reel that you love so much?
Yes.
Speedmaster's the same damn size, Junior.
I do love that reel. Yeah, I know. I know what.
I got a question. So, Wes, do you fish the current or do you fish when they're not pulling, or both?
I don't like to fish current. I'd rather fish an eddy or still water.
So
I'll pull boards over current if I'm pulling with the current, but I
guess what I'm saying is, like, do they pull water at night in the evening? So you fish while they're pulling water, but you're out of the current.
Out of the current, always. Wow, who would fish in the current?
Are you really? I mean, you're not completely. You got a current break ahead of
eddies.
you, but
eddies. I fish eddies.
Right, but even though you're fishing eddies, I mean, I would still classify that as fishing current.
Well, not if the current's going around you. He's fishing the current break.
Here's how you determine if he's fishing current or not. You ask him how much weight. How much?
None.
He said nothing.
None.
JR, you ain't never seen me cut bait with no weight.
Well, I think that maybe you should have two rods with a good bit of weight that you could cast out to the side so they won't get swept.
I can cast out to the side. The eddies I fish are huge.
Okay, so you're not getting swept when you catch on the side with no weight? Okay.
No.
You gonna put the green light out?
Yeah, Jared reminds me.
Now, I disagree with the green light. I disagree with the green light. It's you're hurting yourself by putting a green light out in 6 foot of water in a river portion. You're not doing any. You're doing yourself a disservice by doing that. I mean, it's cool. It helps you see the fish when you're fighting the fish. It's cool. It looks cool and all that stuff. But as far as like having any kind of like contributing, like it's not helping you. It's
not getting the microplankton out.
Hey, Junior, they're generating water from 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock, but the same schedule all week.
Okay.
So,
well,
you know what that means?
I think that hour after they after they stopped running, like from 9 to 10, that hour after they shut her down, I think was going to be money.
Right before too.
And then right before too, yeah. Waterloo Wireless.
JR, you know something else?
Go out and come back in, Scott.
You know what somebody else told me about that?
What?
In that shallow water, you want to put believe it or not, you want to put bait, and where I'm gonna be fishing, it's not there is on the upper end, but the more rocks they are in that shallow water, the better. You know why?
Algae.
No, them rocks get cold. No, when them rocks get cold, they're the last thing to cool off. So that water stays cooler around those rocks.
No, they're the last thing to warm up.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, the last thing to warm up. So that water stays cooler.
That makes sense because it's the same thing in the wintertime. You know, they hold the heat in the winter.
They hold the heat, exactly.
So yeah, that makes sense. I like it. All right. He just made Wes just made a good point. Scott, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yep. I can hear you. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. He said that the rocks in the summertime do the same thing they do in the wintertime. You know how in the wintertime, like bass fishermen or striper fishermen will fish around like riprap or rocks because they hold heat. In the summertime, they do the opposite. They actually stay cooler after they stop running water. They cool down from the running water, and then once they turn the water off, they stay cool. So it's like having ice in the water for a little.
Like having ice cubes in the water, exactly.
Well, my thing about Wes's spot is what I think is what he said earlier is the current break, because them fish aren't going to sit in current and fight current, but they're going to run them shallows for bait fish. That's what I think. I think that's why it's a good spot, whether it's running or not.
Yeah.
I mean, stripers will run fish up on flats because, I mean, a 40-pound striper is going to have a hard time catching a trout in 50 foot of water.
Well, listen, I want you to go to work tomorrow, and I want you to put in for vacation day Sunday.
I'm off tomorrow.
We'll go in Saturday and put in for a vacation day Sunday.
You said you were going home Saturday night.
Hold on, Scott. Scott, you're off tomorrow?
No. Yeah, he's off tomorrow.
Tennessee with me.
He's got to work Saturday.
Saturday.
So go to work Saturday, Scott. Listen, Wes, this is best case scenario, Wes. Be quiet. Scott, go to work Saturday. Put in for vacation day Sunday. Get off work Saturday, straight to Tennessee, and let's go fish.
We'll fish. I'll fish all day Sunday.
And we'll come
get
home.
There at 10 o'clock
We'll come home Sunday. We'll come home Sunday. But come on up there Saturday when you get off. What time you get off work?
6.
Okay, you could be there by 9:30, 10 o'clock. That's fine. We get there at 10 o'clock. We'll get there at 10 o'clock. We'll have us a drink of McKenna, eat a steak, go to bed. We'll get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we'll go fish at half a day Sunday.
I would love to.
That's what you ought to do. Just saying.
I mean, see, what we got here is we got the rich guy that owns his own business, and we got the union guy that doesn't work weekends, and then we got the piece of shit that just has to work all the fucking time. So,
No, you don't have to. You own what? 3 boats, a Harley, nice big house, and a subdivision. You don't have to. You got a new $100,000 vehicle.
Let me tell you something else Scott Perry does.
Let's get that straight. You don't have to. You choose to.
Listen, tell you something else Scott Perry does. When Scott's mom passed away, Scott keeps his sister up too. He makes her house payment so she has a place to live. Scott, if something happens to me or my wife, Scott and Heather is in mine and Lori's will. they'll be the ones taking care of our dogs if something happens to us. But he will be rewarded for it handsomely.
Well, let me ask you guys this, not to change the subject, but if before we end the show, Scott, Wes, damn, we lost Scott again. I'll go ahead and ask you first, Wes, and when we get Scott back on, I'll ask him.
No, buddy.
All right. So if you were gonna take an artificial bait.
Hold on. Go ahead, Junior. I can listen to you. I just got to step over here to the bar. I can hear you though.
If you were gonna take an artificial bait, what would it be?
It'd be some kind of glide bait.
Like a big bait?
I said it would be a glide bait.
Like
or
a
I'll tell you,
large profile swim bait?
Either that or I like a lure that came out about 20 years ago. And the first 2 times I cast it, I caught 2 fish and I lost it. And I never bought another one, but there's a lure called a Sammy. Have you ever heard of a Sammy?
I have heard of a Sammy. Yeah, that's a bougie spook.
My internet is fucked tonight. Don't know what's going on with it.
I think a Sammy is nothing but a bougie spook.
But they are awesome.
Zara spook. They are good. I went fishing with a guy, jump fishing, schooling stripers on Wateree about 15 years ago, and he had a Sammy, and I couldn't afford a Sammy. I had a spook, a full size Zara spook.
JR, a Sammy's not like $15.
Dude, that's a lot of freaking money. $15 for a lure? Are you kidding me? When I can buy a Zara spook for $3?
Well, you were just talking about a $200 lure.
But the thing is I kicked his ass, him and his Sammy. I kicked his ass with that Zara spook. They can't nobody walk the dog like this guy. This guy be walking the dog.
Hey, I can work a Sammy like I can shoot a dock. You hear me?
My internet's down.
And you sound like a robot, bro. You need to like reset your modem or something. Golly. Man lives in a $500,000 house, drives a $100,000 vehicle, got a $50,000 Harley and 3 boats, but fucking Walmart internet.
Gerald, you hear what I said?
What?
I can walk a Sammy like I can shoot a dock.
All right. Well, you got one? You got one tied on?
Nope. I ain't even got a spinning rod with us.
I'm going to bring a couple spinning rods now, just in case. Just in case.
Have you guys heard of the mirror lure Top Dog?
Yes. Yeah, I've used Top Dog before. I'm a big heading spitting image. I like the spitting image and the swimming image, and of course I like the Zara spook, but I like heading baits. I like the cheap baits. The cheap baits work.
I like the mirror lures. They work good.
You know what?
They work good.
You know what the most sold artificial bait ever made is?
Rooster tail.
No.
Redfin.
No. Hell no.
Oh, rattle trap.
You close.
Rapala.
Rapala. Well, I mean, there's
Yeah.
They work for sure. All right, guys, it's been a great show. We're well over an hour now. Wes,
over an hour. We've been 3 minutes over an hour, fool.
Wes, it's been a great show, brother. Hey, get some rest. I will see you soon. And Scott, thanks for coming on. It's always a pleasure for you to come on. You're very knowledgeable, and you definitely add to the show. And I hope to see you again soon. And we'll see you guys on The Real Fisherman next week.
Hold on a minute. I want to ask Scott one question. Hey, Scott. Spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
SUPERCALI fragilisticexpialidocious.
That's close enough.
I know. Let's have a spelling contest.
Hey,
what movie is that from?
Hey, did y'all watch that movie last night?
Well,
watch it tonight.
What?
Listen, it's a good movie. I loved it, called Aquila and the Bee, where the little black girl won the national spelling bee contest.
Yeah,
it was awesome. That was a great
I watched a good movie recently called it's on Netflix.
Girl.
Watch this movie, guys. It's called Upgrade. Damn good movie.
All right.
Peace. Good night. See you next week.
Good luck.
See y'all.
Thank you. We're gonna need it.